Hi everyone, and welcome to a new 5-Clue Challenge. I am here with 4 other teachers and we are in a really amazing location. But this is not going to be a mystery location 5-Clue Challenge, it's going to be a mystery animal because there's some cool animals right behind the camera. We're going to give you 5 clues, see if you can figure out the animal. Feel free to pause the video after each clue to do some research.
Okay, boys and girls, so since this is our first 5-Clue Challenge of the year, I'm going to give you a lot of help on this one and make sure that you know exactly how to do this and give you some pointers so that you can get the right answer as soon as possible. So I'm going to give you 5 clues. After each clue, we're going to pause the video, hit the 2 little lines that go up and down to pause, hit the triangle to play again. But you are not going to play the video after each clue until you've written down a guess. So don't get lazy on me. You actually have to take a smart guess based on research after each clue. So what you're going to want to do right now before we get ready for the first clue is you are going to want to, if you're on the iPad, split your screen so that you have Google open, Google search on one side, and you have the video open on the other side. Since this is a mystery animal challenge, we're probably going to be using the Google search engine. If it was a mystery location challenge, we might go back and forth between the Google search and using something like Maps to be able to search a map. But for mystery animal, Google search should do it. So once you have that done, you can play and hear the first clue, and then we'll pause again and I'll give you some pointers then.
Clue number 1 is...
We are in an aquarium.
Okay, so you're looking for some kind of animal that might be found in an aquarium.
Okay, boys and girls, so now is the time where you would normally pause the video and do some research. But before you pause, I'm going to give you some pointers and some tips to help you out. So if you have a split screen with Google search on one side, you're going to do a search now. If you're using a laptop and you've got different tabs open, don't close the tab with the video in it. Just go to a different tab where you're going to do a Google search. And in that search bar, so not up top where you put the web address, but in the search bar, you're going to type in something like animals that live in aquariums, or aquarium animals, or maybe marine animals, and see what comes up. You're going to get lots of different answers in there. You don't know which one is correct yet. That's okay. I don't expect you to get it right on the first guess. If you did, that'd be fantastic. But if not, that's okay. But you're going to pause the video in a second, and I'll tell you when. You're going to do that search, and then you're going to write down your best guess. So either on a piece of paper, or if you're using your iPad or you're using a laptop, you can use a Word document or notes. You're going to number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And under number 1, when you've done a search and you've found different aquarium animals, choose one and you're going to write it down under number 1. Okay, pause the video right now. Go ahead and do that search. If you need to rewind and replay anything that I just said to help you out, that's fine. But make sure you pause now. Don't hit play until you've got an answer written down for number 1. And then once you've done that, you're going to hit play and listen to the second clue.
Clue number 2.
This animal is considered a vertebrate.
Okay, so if you don't know that word, do some research to figure out what it means.
So you've just gotten your first science vocabulary word of the year, vertebrate. If you don't know what that means, and you probably don't because you're in 4th and 5th grade, and that's a word that you probably haven't heard before. Maybe you have. You're going to look it up now. So in your Google search bar, you're going to type in vertebrate. It was on the screen before, so go ahead and rewind to get the spelling if you need to. But type that in, and you're going to find that there are 5 different types of vertebrates. So what we're talking about is classification. This is what scientists do. We put things into groups, right? And animals are no exception. So animals are placed into different groups. One of those groups is vertebrates and invertebrates. And then once animals are in the category vertebrate, there are 5 different subcategories that are underneath that, right? So look up those different subcategories, find out different kinds of vertebrates, and you're going to want to choose a specific animal. Right? So we mentioned stingray before. Stingray is a kind of fish. Fish is one of those 5 groups of vertebrates. But you want to tell me the specific animal, so be as specific as you can. Something like stingray. But remember, it's not a stingray. I told you that before. So you're going to choose your own animal. Right now, pause the video. Do that research. You can rewind and listen to anything that I just said if you need to. Do that research, and once you've written down under number 2 what your guess is, then you can play and listen to clue number 3.
Clue number 3.
It's a mammal.
It is a mammal, right? So there are 5 different kinds of vertebrates. Fish, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and mammals. This one is a mammal.
So we know that the animal we're looking for is a mammal. That means that it probably has hair. Most mammals do. It probably gives birth to live young. Most mammals do, not all, but most. But it definitely gives milk to its offspring. So it's an animal that does that. But remember, we're looking for an animal that's in an aquarium. So not only is it a vertebrate, and not only is it a mammal, but it's a mammal that would live in an aquarium. So most animals that live in aquariums are fish, right? We think of sharks and stingrays and different kinds of fish in aquariums, but this is a mammal that lives in an aquarium. So back to Google, right? We're going to do a Google search, and we're going to look for mammals that live in the water, or marine mammals, right? Marine is a word that means lives in the water, or aquarium mammals, right? And you're going to do one of those searches. You're going to find all of the different animals that might live in an aquarium, even though they're mammals. And then you're going to choose one, and you're going to write it down under number 3. So pause the video right now. Go ahead and do that research. Once you have your answer written down for number 3, then you can go ahead and hit play.
Clue number, what are we on, 4? Clue number 4, Todd.
It is native to Florida.
Okay, so you're looking for a Floridian mammal.
Okay, your 4th clue is that this is a mammal that lives in Florida. So not only does it live in the water, not only do we sometimes find it in aquariums, but it is an animal that is native to Florida. So when you think about different mammals that live in the water, some of them live in warm places, some of them live in cold places, some of them migrate back and forth. But when you use your Google search right now to search for different mammals that might live in Florida, that's what you're gonna look for: Floridian mammals or mammals in Florida, and see if there are any mammals that are aquatic, marine, that live in the water, that are specifically located in Florida or that Florida is known for. Now, are you gonna get the right answer here? Maybe. Don't worry, there's another clue if you don't, but you're going to take your best guess. Remember, it's not about being right first, although we're going to take our best shot and see if we can get the right answer in as few clues as possible. But it's about making sure that we are following where the research takes us. So look for a mammal that lives in Florida. Pause the video right now. Once you have your answer written down under number 4, then you can hit play and listen to your 5th and final clue.
And clue number 5, if you haven't figured it out yet, is that this animal is also known as a sea cow.
Okay, if you do some good research with this one, clue number 5 is going to be a dead giveaway because there is only one animal that lives in Florida that is a marine animal that could be in an aquarium that is also known as a sea cow. So go ahead and use your Google search bar to look up sea cow and find the actual name of that mammal that you're looking for. Right now is the time to pause the video. Make sure that you have your best guess written down for number 5, because that's it. You get no more clues. You should figure it out now. Once you've written down your answer in number 5, then hit play and see if you are correct.
So by now, you should have figured out that we are right near a manatee, and we're going to take you right here. We are actually in the Seas Pavilion at Walt Disney World's Epcot theme park, and we're going to take you over and show you some manatees. So come take a look. So they're over there in the water, kind of floating around. There's some cabbage in the water because that's what they like to eat. And they're just hanging out like the sea cows that they are.
It's Lou and Little Joe.
So hope you enjoyed this 5 clue challenge, and we'll see you again soon.